the Music Trivia League. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, leave a comment below. Welcome to the Music Trivia League. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, leave a comment below. Now over to Ken the Zan and Bone Man Johnny Strange.
Everybody, and welcome to the Music Trivia League. I am your host, of course, Ken the Zen, and to my left or right, depending on your point of view, which really life is all depending on our point of view, but this guy right here gives me a great point of view, and his name, of course, is Johnny the Bone Man Strange. Johnny, how are you today?
How are you, man?
Oh, I'm doing really well, thank you. You know what today is, don't you?
Today is semifinal number one.
Semifinal number one. That must mean that there is only 4 players left in this tournament, John.
I don't do math.
You don't math?
I'm a word guy, not a math guy.
You're a music man. Music man.
Well, I'll tell you this. The math rock either.
We started off this season with 18 players. Okay? And we've fought, we brought it down. We're here at the year-end tournament, and we have our number 1 ranked player, fresh from his bye, right here into the semifinals against our number 5 ranked player, but now he's a top 4 player, of course, and that's Nerdrock.
Nerdrock. And who is that number 1 player you were talking about? I've forgotten.
Well, I seem to remember. It's hard to remember because the winter and the weather, but this guy was a force to be reckoned with in the fall. As the seasons changed and the earth was getting a little bit upset, well, this man arose to thunderous applause.
Oh, it's coming back to me now. Jason something.
Yeah, it's Petey Puddle.
Petey Puddle?
Petey Puddle.
Jason Rain, the hurricane?
Jason, it is not, of course. It is the man that we have discussed many times on this show. Legend already, legendary, season 1, and that is, of course, Johnny Thunder is here to bring a storm back to the league.
At long last. We have not seen Johnny Thunder for quite a long time. He's just been a shadow looming over the whole league for months now, and especially since we started this tournament.
Absolutely. Well, I do know that Mr. Thunder is excited to get into this match, but before we bring him in, let's talk about Nerdrock. Fought his way as an underdog. First, he took on his family, fought his family to get into this tournament.
He did, like Arjuna Pandava.
Right? And then, well, he beats our number 4 ranked player, and that was Dynamite. A mercy. Didn't even really didn't have any third round questions.
That was a strong match.
So he's coming in pretty hot against this thunderstorm.
Well, this is the thing, Ken the Zen, is that, Johnny Thunder has this great pedigree, great regular season player. We've seen that. We've seen him do great stuff, establish a legend. He hasn't played in months. And right. Nerdrock is coming in sharp. He's played a lot. And unlike Johnny Thunder, he's played a playoff match. So he has got that kind of playoff sharpness. He won that match impressively.
Oh, yeah.
And Mr. Thunder, for all his credentials, I don't know if he's in the kind of game shape that Nerdrock is in right now.
Well, that is all absolutely true. And I think we should bring in Mr. Johnny Thunder and see what he has to say. Let's see if we could summon up a little storm here. Johnny Thunder, where are you?
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
here's Johnny.
Johnny Thunder speaks for no one, goes on the ride. God bless Johnny.
This man comes with theme music. We got to hear it, and I cannot believe it, but right in front of our own very eyes, Mr. Johnny Thunder, how are you doing today?
Johnny Thunder's well, as always. I hope you are well as well.
Well, I'm doing
There's a lot of wells there.
There is a lot of wells. We got to find Lassie. Maybe somebody's trapped in there.
It's a deep
Well.
Well. I believe that was a John Lennon song. If I
Plastic Ono
remember
Band,
right.
1970.
Oh,
Sorry.
hey.
We've just
Sorry.
Johnny
Jumping the
Thunder.
gun.
We've just been discussing in the pre-roll here about, despite all of your impressive credentials so far, you haven't played in a while. We're wondering if you're in game shape, and then you just dropped that on us right off the bat. So it looks like you're pretty sharp.
Johnny Thunder doesn't study for this. You either know it or you don't, right?
Yes, right.
So whether there's a break, whether you're playing matches one after another, it doesn't matter. You must be prepared either way.
Well, I do like
be
that. I like that you are prepared. Oh, look at you. Prepared. I loved it.
Prepared, yes.
And, well, you have impressed me this season. There's no question. You come into this as the number 1 ranked player. So you are the favorite coming into the tournament. And, of course, in the tournament, you're still undefeated because, well, to be fair to other players in the league, we didn't even have you play in the first round.
Well, some would say there's only one way to go. If you're number 1, there's only one way to go, right?
And that's on the level. Just stay there.
In my opinion, it's just continuation, baby, continuation.
Do you guys remember that famous scene in the bodybuilding documentary Pumping Iron, where Lou Ferrigno was hot on Arnold Schwarzenegger's heels, and they said to Arnold, the wolf at the bottom of the hill is hungrier than the wolf at the top. But Arnold said, yeah, he's hungrier, but when the wolf at the top wants the food, it's there.
Well, I know you were saying at the top, but that was super deep. And
Right?
Ow! Wow, I'm not
man.
hungry, so I can hang out at the bottom. But Mr. Thunder, you're at the top. You must be satisfied then, or are you still hungry?
Johnny Thunder's never satisfied.
Okay, all right. Well, Mr. Thunder, today you are playing Nerdrock, who has had a good season himself. Came into this tournament. He's been the underdog the whole way, but he's winning. So do you have any words of encouragement and or warning, perhaps, for the Nerdrock?
Get out while you can, Nerdrock. This is your last chance.
Johnny Thunder's talking a good game.
Okay, all right. Well, we will see how the Nerdrock is doing. Let's bring him in, Johnny. All right.
There he is.
Mr. Rock, how are you doing today?
Doing well.
You're doing well. Well, it seems like it's only been a week since we've seen you.
Imagine that.
So somehow you're looking even younger this week. How do you do it? What is your secret?
I actually shaved.
That's what it is. I'm used to like little stubblies, middle-aged stubblies. That's what I get in my life. My co-host, of course, is Mr. Smooth on most days. Every now and then, he breaks into his Nick Cage impression on Con Air, and he'll grow a little stubble, but it's very, very rare. But speaking of very rare, of course, here we are in the semifinals in Nerdrock. Did you ever imagine 10 years ago that you would study so hard that you would be here in the semifinals of the Music Trivia League?
Can't say that I did.
See? But now you're a believer, right?
There you go.
All right. Well,
Rock, I gotta ask you right off the bat. You have the privilege, let's say, the intimidating privilege of playing the great Johnny Thunder, our number 1 ranked player. I'm curious about your psychology. How are you feeling going into this match?
Just gonna take it a question at a time. We'll see how the tide turns.
I would think, given that you're on a winning streak, you've got a playoff win under your belt, very impressive against Dynamite. Your confidence must still be pretty high.
So.
That was cool.
Smile, yeah.
That was a cool sound. That was the sound of like mosquitoes near my ear.
Yeah.
That's right.
And of course, there's one way to get rid of mosquitoes, and that is to bring in a thunderstorm. So
There you go.
How are you feeling facing our number 1 player? You ready for this?
I'm ready.
You are ready. Okay. Well, before we start the match, do you have any words of encouragement and or warning for Mr. Thunder sitting across from you?
I don't know what to say. He's pretty accomplished. I just hope you do good in the over 1988 questions. I heard you struggle with those a little bit. So.
Well, we will see what kind of questions our writers have for us today. I think I was in a meeting with them, and it was nothing but New Kids on the Block questions.
No.
This whole match. So I hope you guys are prepared.
Step by step.
Step by step. All right. Oh, you got the right stuff, guys. Don't worry about it. But enough with these New Kid puns. Johnny,
I
why
think
do
we're
we?
giving Johnny an aneurysm.
No, he's Mr. Thunder is cool as can be over there. I don't know.
No, I meant.
Oh,
I meant
Johnny the Bone Man.
Yeah.
Well,
That too.
Bone Man doesn't like to admit that, his partner in crime here, me, loves the New Kids on the Block. So it's guilty pleasure and guilty, but pleasured. So, Johnny, should we start this match off? You tell these boys what's round one all about.
Okay, trivia fans, round one is the top 10s, which means each question is about a song that is charted in the Billboard Top 10. There are 10 questions in the round, each worth 1 point. Players have 15 seconds to write down their answers to the questions. They will then reveal their answers to the world so we can all find out who's a shining star and who's out of touch. If you're ready, let's play the top 10s.
All right, so here we have it. Round number one, Music Trivia League semifinals. Mr. Nerdrock, are you ready for round number one?
I'm ready.
Oh, yes. No SpongeBob impression this week.
No.
Serious.
Johnny Thunder, are you ready here for round number one?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Bang, bang, chitty, chitty. I like it.
Good
All
luck,
right.
rock nerd. Whatever your name is.
Oh, he's starting already. I tell ya.
This match has started. All right, gentlemen. Well, we'll see who's talking after question number one. Although not from Kansas City, Lorde made her mark in our society with this big hit. Name that song.
Nice.
Lorde. Right, gentlemen. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Johnny Thunder, what did you have written down there?
This is not correct. I got Royals.
Wow.
That's
That is
Kansas
correct.
City.
That is correct.
That is correct for one. And Nerdrock, what did you have written down there?
Royals.
Good job,
You
gentlemen.
gave it away, Kenny.
Well, the last man that called me Kenny's no longer living, but but that's okay. That is okay. Yeah, of course I gave it away. That's what we do here on the Music Trivia League. We give you the answers. This is round one, gentlemen. We got to warm you up. Get rid of those tensions. Speaking of tension, Johnny, question number 2.
Question number 2, gentlemen. October of 2012 had 2 top 10 hits for Taylor Swift. Name one of those 2 top 10 songs.
I am a big Taylor Swift fan, being
Have
a
you heard her
father.
new record? I heard it was good.
I haven't heard the new one, but I've heard great things about it. It kind of looks, she went back to her more folky kind of ways, I believe.
I've heard that. I need to check it out, I guess.
Yeah, instead of the pop goes the weasel kind of stuff, which maybe we're referring to in this question. I have no idea until these guys give me an answer. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, Nerdrock.
Well,
One
the
of
only
those
song
songs.
I can remember by her, so who knows? But Shake It Off.
Oh, my girlfriend said to your... I just watched that video the other day, and I got to tell you, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I think the lyrics of that song are amazing, and if it was done in a less poppy way... But you're incorrect,
I
unfortunately.
thought so. Yeah.
Johnny Thunder, what did you have written down there?
I blanked.
Blanked. Taylor Swift is not your game.
Nope.
It should be, though.
I respect her, though. She's good. I like her.
She's really good. Like we were saying with that Shake It Off tune. I think the lyrics are inspiring and fantastic. So what can you do there? All right. Mr. Bone Man, want to give these guys the answers?
All right, gentlemen, you may have chosen I Knew You Were Trouble. Remember that one?
Nope.
I knew you were trouble when you walked in. Even I know that, dude. And the other one was We Are Never Getting Back Together, which I occasionally hear at the grocery store, and it drives me just a little bit crazy.
You're right. I remember when the Trouble song came out. Like I said, my daughter was right into it, and I like it too. And she found a YouTube video with a llama singing it, and my gosh, if you have not seen that, put in Taylor Swift llama in your search bar.
That changes everything.
I still love it. I watch it every now and then.
Was it Carl the llama?
You know,
You ever see that llamas with hats?
no, but I'm
Look
curious.
it up. It's crazy.
I'm surprised Bone Man hasn't seen that. He is a hat man.
I am a hat man. I'm not a big llama guy though. So it's
Fair
like,
enough. Fair enough. It's not my favorite camel type animal. All right, here we go. Question number 3. Jerry and the Pacemakers had a top 10 song in March of 1965 with this song. Name that tune.
Jerry and the Pacemakers, man.
Jerry and the Pacemakers.
My pen is going on me.
Jerry and the Pacemakers. Keeping that beat solid. All right, gentlemen. Well, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Mr. Thunder, what did you have written down there?
Well, Jerry and the Pacemaker had a lot of hits, so that one is hard to discern. But I went with Ferry Across the Mersey.
Ferry Across the Mersey is absolutely correct. And Nerdrock, what did you have written down there?
I had You'll Never Walk Alone because, Liverpool. But
Hey, fair enough. So 1
and
point.
it's also featured on the back of Fearless by Pink Floyd there. They're at a football match. You can hear the crowd singing the song.
Oh, okay. I like
Because
song
Liverpool.
talk.
Because Liverpool, and
And,
we don't need to talk about Liverpool.
We'll say Jerry and the Pacemakers, they did have a lot of hit songs, of course.
Yeah,
But only this top 10 in March of 1965.
there you go.
Just to be
I
fair.
think, I might be wrong on this, but I think Jerry and the Pacemakers are the only band whose first 3 singles all went to number 1.
Really?
Even the Beatles didn't achieve that.
No, they should have achieved that, but it took the Americans a little bit longer to catch up, and that's okay. That's okay. Mr. Bone Man, question number 4.
Gentlemen, question 4. What we've achieved here is a 2-1 lead for Johnny Thunder. Let's try this one from the 70s. Heart didn't have to pull any rabbits from their hat to make this top 10 song in November of 1976. Name that Heart song.
Right. Well, 1976, Bone Man. Anything
That's a good
particular
year,
for
man.
you that year?
I'm going to guess the Habs won the cup.
Yeah, good. I would maybe, but I would also say that the Broad Street Bullies, is that what they're called in Philadelphia?
Yeah, maybe that was Philly's year. I don't remember.
It was the Habs. The Habs won
It
the
was
cup
the Habs.
every year that ends in 6 up
Right,
until the 90s.
right.
46, 56, 66, 76, 86.
Wow.
86 I remember. 76 pushing it for me.
I love it.
I remember it.
All right. Well,
Yeah, I was only 7 years old, but hey.
you guys in your hockry talk. I love it, eh? I got
Hey.
the Canadian might be coming out of this party somehow.
Oh, here he comes.
Stop that. All right, gentlemen. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nerdrock, what did you have?
I have Magic Man
Magic Man.
off of Dreamboat Annie.
Got you 1 point for that. And Johnny Thunder.
Also have Magic Man.
Magic Man.
Lead and a 3-2 lead.
3-2, just like that. Well, you guys are doing great. Good job. And we will go here to question number 5. Wedding receptions have not been the same since Los Del Rio had this number 1 in the summer of 1996. Name that song.
Okay, your voice garbled there. I didn't.
Do you want
hear
me
the
to-
band name?
Los Del Rio
Okay.
was the band. 1996
96.
with this song that wedding receptions have not been the same since.
Aged fathers have been messed up for life. Love this tune.
My favorite version of this song is in Goldmember, but 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Mr. Thunder, what did you have there?
I have a guess. I'm going with Macarena.
I'm hip. I'm with
9
it.
points for Ken for the dance.
Put it in the skin box. And Nerdrock, what did you have there?
Macarena.
Macarena.
Hey, Macarena.
Wrong.
Good job, gentlemen. 4-3. You guys are doing very well.
That song is a crime against culture. Okay, question number 6. We have a 4-3 match. In November of 1977, this artist let us know that nobody does it better. Who was that artist?
Oh.
Yep. That was a good vintage that year, Johnny.
You repeat that question?
Yep. November of 1977. This artist, we're looking for the artist's name, let us know that nobody does it better.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nerdrock, what did you have?
I got nothing.
Oh,
I
that
pulled
is
a blank.
That is definitely not the artist at all.
Yeah.
Johnny Thunder, who did you
I
have?
went with a guess of Peter Frampton.
Oh, I'm afraid also incorrect.
It was-
Bone Man, who do we have there?
Would have been Carly Simon, gentlemen, because nobody does it better.
Yeah, for some reason I had Anne Murray's name in my head. I'm like, no, she didn't sing it. Who is it?
No. Well, maybe better luck next time, gentlemen. Question number 7. Snow was on everybody's minds in the winter of 1993. Name this top 10 Super Smash.
Super Smash by Snow.
Yeah, it was the winter. It was the winter '93. It was a cold year, Johnny.
It was a cold year. Cold year.
'93. I was surprised actually. I thought it would have been much earlier than that. But time is a weird thing these days. Okay, gentlemen, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Johnny Thunder, what did you have there?
Went with Informer, a leaky boom boom yeah. Whatever he
Wow,
says.
Johnny
Okay.
Thunder, out of his wheelhouse for one.
Yeah, I think I'd say Icky Boom Boom now. I don't know. Somebody got a home stop. You know? Yeah. I should be in a snow tribute band.
What just
I know.
happened?
I've got the right complexion. Nerdrock, what did you have written down there?
I didn't get that one.
No answer.
Blank.
Oh. Well, we're starting to see the lead spread a little bit, Bone
That's
Man.
a 5-3 lead for Johnny Thunder. Tupac had a top 10 song with an ode to this state that loves to party. Which state was that, gentlemen?
It's Johnny's favorite state, the state of intoxication.
State of inebriation?
I love it. Well, I must say that I have been to this place. It was pretty nice.
They knew how to party.
And they do know how to party, no question about it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nerdrock, what did you have there?
California.
Cali, for one.
And they know how to party for sure. Johnny Thunder.
West Side.
Oh, I had a 1 in 50 chance, and I went with California.
Hey! Wow.
Thunder
good
knows how to
job.
party.
I thought Maine would have been your main guess, but Bobby Vinton loved which kind of velvet in the fall of 1963?
Bobby Vinton. Sounds like
watched-
a chocolatier.
That's true. I watched this music video last night. I was studying for an upcoming match that I might be in 2021. If I come out of retirement, I'm not sure.
Bobby Vinton round.
Maybe it's going to be all Bobby Vinton, so I'm studying now.
Yep.
All right, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Mr. Thunder, what did you have there?
Going with Blue.
That is
Blue.
correct for one.
And Nerdrock, what did you have written down there?
Blue as in velvet.
Blue Velvet,
Velvet
indeed.
is correct.
And speaking of Blue, the other night I just watched a new episode of Blue's Clues.
A new one.
Which
What?
I know there's another family member running the show, but the show is still the same. And I will admit, here's the mail that never fails, and when it comes I wag my tail, when it comes I want to wail, Merle. That's my audition. In case you need a paler shade of character, I'm right here.
What's in that glass, Ken the
What
Zen?
is in that glass? Oh, I don't know.
All right, gentlemen, we go to question 10, round 1. Johnny Thunder leads 7-5. Let's see how we do with this one. With a bit of irony, the Bee Gees had a number 1 song in March of 1979. What was that Bee Gees song?
Bee Gees. Bee Gees are good, especially with CBs in front of it. CB Bee Gees.
Yeah.
I never been to that place before it was gone, and that is a rock and roll shame that I will never
too
get
bad.
back.
That's
Yeah.
too bad.
Yeah, CBGBs, what a place
CBGBs, man.
where legends were born
And murdered.
and murdered. Of course, in there, until a few years ago, stains were still on the floor. All right, guys, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nerdrock, what did you have written down there?
Tragedy.
Tragedy
For one.
for one. Johnny Thunder.
I went with Staying Alive.
Oh, Staying Alive. Well, it is ironic,
It is.
but it's the wrong month, unfortunately. But that is darkly ironic. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
That's a big moment right there.
I'm
as
getting the
Nerdrock.
heebie-jeebies right now.
Heebie-jeebies, CBGBs, the heebie-CBGBs. Nerdrock closed the gap to 7-6 there. Very, very tight match coming out of round one. Ken the Zen.
Well, Bone Man, we knew it was going to be tight. There's no question. We have two of the best players in the league, two of the top four, really, as we are here in the semifinals, and they are not disappointing us at all.
They are not.
What did you think about their performance here in round one, Bone Man?
I think both of them showed that they're sharp, they're focused, they were able to handle a little bit of distracting banter and keep rolling on, putting up good points, and both have given themselves a platform to build on in round two.
Well, there's no question about that. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bone Man, why don't you read these guys the rules for Time to Die?
Okay, trivia fans, it's time for round two, which means it's time to die. In this round, the questions hinge on a twist of fate. Players roll a die, and each number corresponds to questions about one of 5 bands or the roller's choice. There are 3 questions for each player in the round. When the player hears which band was rolled, he or she will decide if the questions are worth 1 point each or 2 points each. Now, if fate isn't pressure enough, opponents can steal questions in Time to Die, so if a player gets a question wrong, the points can very quickly go the other way. But with a little help from their lucky stars, our players will be dancing in the street and not left wondering what could have been. Now, if you're ready, it's time to die.
All right, gentlemen. Well, here we are, round number 2. Johnny Thunder, you are in the lead, which means you get to choose whether you would like to roll first or defer to your opponent. But before we do that, let me just tell you the bands that are available. So we have the Beatles, Wings, the Rolling Stones, the Police, and Alice Cooper. Have you heard of any of those bands, Mr. Thunder?
Nice.
This sounds like Johnny Thunder's wheelhouse to me.
This might be. But you get to
Question.
choose. Yes.
Is it Alice Cooper the band or Alice Cooper solo?
It is
Or all of the above?
all of the above.
Okay. I don't know any of them anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Fantastic.
Lovely.
You're breaking my heart.
I will roll first.
Roll first. All right. And in our pregame warm-up, you inform me that I will be rolling the dice for you. Let me warm this up for you. All right, here we go. Number 5. Bone Man, what does number 5 correspond to?
Today, number 5 means get your hot wings, Johnny Thunder. You'll be answering questions about wings.
All right. So that gives you the choice. Would you like these questions to be worth 2 or worth 1, Mr. Thunder?
I'd like them to be worth 8,000.
Well, there's lots of things that I would like to.
But seeing as we live in a world with some limitations, let's go with 2.
2.
Oh,
2
this
points
round's
is
wide
fair.
open.
All right, here we go for 2.
1 million.
2 in the category of wings. Here we go. Question number 1. Where are we? Wings recorded an international hit with the theme song to this 1973 James Bond movie.
Live and Let Die.
Yeah.
Live and Let Die. Ding, ding,
Good
ding.
tune.
I remember that song when Guns N' Roses did it. So I grew up. I had no idea. I was just a boy. Wings. I didn't know who they were. And that song came out, and I told my uncles. I was like, oh, man, the song is so killer, blah, blah, blah. And they're laughing at me. They're like, they stole that from Paul McCartney. And I was like, they certainly didn't. They know how to write their own music. Guns N' Roses is great. And we got in a big fight, and they laughed at me, and they were right. So I'll admit it here in front of the whole world. I was incorrect, and I should have never been in the Music Trivia League in the first place.
You wonder how you got knocked out of the playoffs.
And I wonder no longer. I wonder no longer.
All right.
All right. Bone Man, question 2.
Question 2 in Wings. Johnny Thunder, the first official single released by Wings in 1972 was banned by the BBC. What was that single?
Hi, hi, hi.
999. That is the incorrect answer. Nerdrock, do you got a steal on this one?
The first single?
First single released in 1972 was banned by the BBC.
Well, it can't be Band on the Run then. I don't know.
5,
No
4,
answer?
3, no idea.
No.
Bone Man.
That was Give Ireland Back to the Irish, Johnny Thunder. Does that ring a bell to
Ah, of course I got banned.
Yeah.
you? Did indeed. Controversial song.
All right, here we go. Last question in round number 2 for Mr. Thunder in the category of wings. For 2 points, Phil and Don are two of the people the band encourages you to welcome in the song Let 'Em In. Which band are Phil and Don from?
The Everly Brothers.
Everly Brothers for 2.
Ooh, well played, Johnny Thunder.
Good
For an
job.
11-6 lead. And the
6.
pressure on the Nerdrock.
Absolutely. Okay, Nerdrock, you've got your digital die ready over there?
Yep.
All right. See what we get.
4.
4. Yours the 4s. Johnny, what's
We're
4?
going with the Rolling Stones is number
Yeah.
4 today.
Rolling
I was
Stones.
going to do the Beatles or the Stones, so we're good.
Nerdrock is excited about the
Okay, Beatles and
Stones. My
Stones.
goodness.
So he seems excited, but I'm not going to put words in your mouth or numbers. Would you like this worth 2 or 1?
2.
2. All right. This is why we're in the semifinals, Johnny. They're going 2 no matter what band it is.
They
2,
are
2,
going
2.
for it. These are high-end players.
They are ready to dance with their 2-2 on. All right. The Rolling Stones. For 2 points, question number 1. The Stones features the band members Keith Richards, Charlie Watts, Mick Jagger, Ronnie Wood. Name 2 other previous Rolling Stone band members. We would need 2 names, please.
Brian Jones and Mick Taylor.
Brian Jones and Mick Taylor is absolutely correct for
Those
2.
count for 2.
All right. Well, that was great for 2 points. Question number 2, Bone Man.
An 11-8 match. Nerdrock, first released as a double album in 1972. This is also the Rolling Stones' 10th record. Name that 1972 record.
Exile on Main Street.
Ken the Zen?
Exile on the Main Street. Ding a ding.
My favorite album.
Your favorite album. I once went to this record show, we'll call it, and I was talking to a friend of mine, and I'm not a big Rolling Stones fans guy, like Hot Rocks, but I said to him, who is a big Rolling Stones fan, I said, if I'm going to buy one album, what album am I going to get? And he said, well, there's 2 albums.
Yeah.
And of course, Exile on Main Street was number 1, and Sticky Fingers was number 2.
Yeah.
That man was a wise man, whoever said that
Yes.
to you.
I don't remember what he looks like, but I have a place in my heart for him. And he was right. I bought those records both, and they are great. So, it pays to listen to your friends, folks.
If you're a big Guns N' Roses fan, you got to think they listened to Exile on Main Street when they were kids a lot.
Exactly
yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah. They're dirty blues rock, and it was great. I really enjoyed it. All right, question number 3 and the last in the round for both of you guys. But for you, Nerdrock, for 2 points, after releasing over 120 singles, this song is the Rolling Stones' top-selling single. Name that tune.
Start Me Up.
Start Me Up, I'm afraid, is incorrect.
Big moment here. Big
Johnny
moment
Thunder.
for Johnny Thunder.
What? Can you repeat the question, please?
Absolutely. Let me get this. For the 2-point steal. After releasing over 120 singles, this song is their top-selling single. Name that tune.
There's so many.
It's only one number.
Start Me
one.
Up is a really good guess. That's probably what I would have guessed. Top selling single.
Yep.
Top selling.
Yep.
Selling. See, that's the key.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. My heart says Satisfaction, but my mind says go with Miss You.
All right. Well, your mind. This is a lesson for all you kids out there.
Go with your heart.
Don't go with your mind. Always go with your heart. Because Satisfaction was correct. I can't get no, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Satisfaction.
My dad almost ruined that song for me.
Well,
Dad almost ruined that song for everybody, man.
Well, no, he told me that was a song I was concede by. I'm
Oh
like, yeah,
my
thanks,
goodness.
Dad.
Oh,
How ironic, because your dad
Yeah.
could get satisfied.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, that is well. Not only that, that's a whopper at about 2 minutes and 10 seconds. So, good job, Nerdrock. It's parents.
For the record, gentlemen, Miss You is maybe my favorite Rolling Stones tune. So nicely said, Johnny Thunder.
Yeah, I would say "Miss You" is great for sure, and I think that was their first number one in a long time or something.
That
But-
video is hilarious.
But
by the way.
nonetheless, that was incorrect. And so we're done here with round number 2, Bone Man. What are you thinking about this match?
11-10, Johnny Thunder maintains that 1-point lead. And, round 2, in so many matches, round 2 has been the pivotal round. All it's done is ramp up the pressure because it's just as tight as it was after round 1.
Absolutely. So here we are. We're at the end of round number 2, a 1-point match. Nerdrock, of course, didn't face any questions in the third round, his last match, but he faced all 3 in his first match and got to win. So he has some experience. However, Johnny Thunder, no third round for this guy. This is his first time.
Uncharted territory.
Yeah. So, Mr. Thunder, how are you feeling? Are your nerves doing okay? Are you still as confident? You got to
As
be.
you can tell, I am so nervous.
Nonetheless, all right. Bone Man, why don't you read these gentlemen the rules for round number 3?
Round 3 is where we find out who's the best of the best. There are 3 questions for each player in the round, each related to one of the top 600 albums of all time as listed by Rolling Stone magazine. The round begins with each player picking 3 numbers between 1 and 20. These are the questions they will answer. The wrinkle in this round is that players will assign a point value of 2, 3, or 5 points to each question once they hear which album the question is about. The player with the lowest score always receives the next question. And since we believe in mercy in the Music Trivia League, if a player is mathematically eliminated, the round and this wicked game are over. So this is it. Who's the gambler? Who's the smooth operator? And who's simply the best of the best?
Here we are, round number 3, and we have a 1-point match. The number 1 seed, Johnny Thunder, is in the lead, and that gives him the opportunity to choose his 3 numbers first. What would you like?
I will go with number 4, Jean Beliveau. Number 9, Maurice Richard. Number 10, Guy Lafleur.
Oh, after the Bone Man's heart.
Cannot lose, man.
Wow,
I once I went to a game at Maple Leaf Gardens when I was a kid. Habs Leafs. We had 100 level seats right at the glass, almost right on the blue line, and I saw Guy Lafleur score with a slap shot from that blue line. It was my favorite hockey memory of all time.
And did you see him go back to the bench and then smoke a cigarette really quick?
He was smoking while he shot the puck.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I absolutely love it. All right, well, we've got Mr. Thunder's 3 numbers. That leaves you, Nerdrock, to pick your 3 numbers.
11, 12, and 17.
Good job. So, since Nerdrock is behind by 1 point, you will receive the question first. And, of course, that question would be about number 11. And number 11, let me tell you the band, and that is NWA's Straight Outta Compton.
Okay.
Would you like to go 2, 3, or 5 points?
I think I'll go 2 on this one.
He is going 2 points. All right, and I will read that question for you here. NWA's Straight Outta Compton. Several of the tracks on Straight Outta Compton include samples of Funky Drummer from this funk legend. Who is that funk legend? For 2 points.
You mean the drummer himself or the band that
The band. Well, what does JB stand for?
James Brown? Yeah.
We'll give you the 2 points.
The band
for
was
that.
called the JBs. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give you the 2 points because it is the JBs, of course. But James Brown. James Brown.
For 2 points in the lead, Ken the Zen.
Good job. All right. So Johnny Thunder is feeling some pressure for the first time in his career. All right. Mr. Thunder, you picked question number 4. Bone Man, why don't you read that?
The Beliveau question will be about Parliament's album, The Mothership Connection.
So you get to
2 points.
choose 2 points? Perfect.
2
All right, Bone Man,
points
you want to read that one?
on Parliament's The Mothership Connection. All right, here we go. This Parliament album was the first to feature Maceo Parker and Fred Wesley after they had just left this famous backing band called the JBs. Which artist did that band back?
Boy, that is tough.
This is a tough one.
Oh, man.
Now, in all fairness, I would have got this anyways, but let's go with James Brown.
James Brown. Johnny, James Brown.
Wow, that is correct for a 13-12 lead. And that is, sometimes you got to be lucky to win too, my friends. And that was a fortunate turn of events, even though Johnny Thunder may have gotten that one, as he says anyways.
Yeah, he alluded that he would, but we never know. But the JBs, of course.
We'll never know if that election was stolen or not. We go to the next question.
Okay, so the next question is for Nerdrock, of course, trailing by 1. And that was album number 12 here. And that goes to Jeff Buckley's Grace. 3 or 5 points?
3.
3 points. All right. So Jeff Buckley's Grace. Grace is the only album Buckley released in his lifetime. He died in 1997 after doing which activity?
Skiing? I don't know.
Oh, skiing. I'm sorry. That is incorrect. And just for fun, Mr. Thunder?
He was swimming.
He was swimming indeed in the Memphis River and drowned. All right. Well, Nerdrock, this comes down to your last question then.
Yep.
And you need this to take the lead, or we have ourselves a winner in Johnny Thunder. Mm-hmm. All right. Question was number 17. Bone Man, would you like to read that?
Nerdrock, for all the marbles. Tom Petty's Damn the Torpedoes.
Okay. And that is for 5, of course.
It's going to be for 5. Just get you in that Tom Petty frame of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Damn the Torpedoes' first hit has been featured in major motion pictures It's Complicated and My Best Friend's Girl. Name the first hit from Tom Petty's Damn the Torpedoes.
Is Jammin' Me the first track off that? I can't remember, but that's what I'm going with.
Jammin' Me, I'm afraid, is incorrect. For fun, okay. Mr. Thunder, what would you like?
Is it Refugee?
Well, I'm afraid these are going to be Nerdrock's famous last words. Yeah. Sums up the whole match. Don't do me like that, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do me like that.
The first hit from Damn the Torpedoes.
That's right. So we have ourselves a winner. Congratulations, Mr. Thunder, on your achievement here today.
Thank you.
I wish you the best. And Nerdrock, I'm afraid that's it in the tournament this year, in the playoffs this year. But I must say you had one heck of a season, especially coming in late on the year and really, bringing it home into the playoffs. And you made yourself right into the semifinals. Underdog last week, unfortunately, just a little bit shy this week. How are you feeling?
Feeling good. That was a good match. That was fun.
You're feeling good? Well, you got to take on our number 1 seed, Johnny Thunder.
Exactly.
And you were right in there. You were in the water. You didn't even need a snorkel because you were swimming pretty well.
Like the new kids, he was hanging tough.
Oh,
yeah, precisely.
He was the first player, the first player to take Johnny Thunder into round 3. That in itself is an accomplishment. That's like going the distance with Apollo, man.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Nerdrock, since this is the end of the year for you, would you have anything to say to the people watching at home and or let us know what your plans are for 2021? Are you going to be back in this league? How do you feel about yourself?
Oh, I'll definitely be back for more matches if you'll have me. It's a lot of fun. So. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, my man. Well, we got to say goodbye to 2020, and in some circles, that's very welcomed. I'm not sure how it is in yours. I'm sure you'd like to continue to play on. But until next season, I want to say thank you so much for being here, man. And
alrighty. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, have yourself a great day. You take care.
Ciao.
Cheers.
Well, Mr. Thunder, you came in confident. You kind of, I don't know if it's your wonderful hair job or what it is, but you can sense the future, and you seem to have sensed it correctly once again. How are you feeling?
Well, it was a good match. It was very tight. I like that. I like a little competition once in a while. It's fun.
Yeah.
So it was interesting.
Well, it must feel nice for you to know that you do have a heartbeat in there. and I imagine it was accelerated. I've been in your shoes. And for myself, I looked pretty peaceful on the outside, but I will tell you, my palms were sweating. There was no question. Maybe not for you, but I'm sure you're glad that you're on to the finals. And before we get to the finals, you don't know you're a competitor yet, but any words of wisdom for that, whoever that is going to be facing you in the finals of the 2020 season?
Wow. I hope you find a four-leaf clover and a rabbit's foot on your way, because you're going to need a lot of help. A lot of help.
Talking a good game as always.
Yeah, but he knows a thing or two about hair.
He does. He does.
Bone Man, any words for Mr. Thunder?
Johnny Thunder, you remain the phenomenon of 2020, of course. Well played today. It was nice to see you under a bit of pressure kind of for the first time, But as ever, you held up. We talked about whether you would be rusty or not coming into this. Smooth sailing, held your nerve, held your ground, and on you go. So congratulations to you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Mr. Thunder, we shall let you go so you can get back to your album collection there and start studying for the finals.
Sounds good.
I wish you nothing but success, my friend.
Thanks, you guys as well. Have a good day.
We'll see you next
Cheers.
time. Bone Man, Bone Man, Bone Man.
Well,
The
what are you going to
semifinals.
say?
Yeah, it did not disappoint. The match was tight. Nerdrock never really took the lead, but he was trailing. The one behind took for a second, had his head above water, came back down, and unfortunately just came up a little thin this time.
Well, it's intimidating playing a player of Johnny Thunder's legend and pedigree, man. So, Nerdrock's a good player, and we know that. And we've seen him hold his own nerve. We've seen him beat people and come through and win. And to hang with Johnny Thunder like that showed a lot of character, I think. And as ever, it comes down to the luck of the draw, man. And he got all the way, that was a winnable match right up to the end,
Absolutely. And the thing with Nerdrock too, I mean, he had that last question with Tom Petty. He knew the album, he knew the singles, he knew the songs, and he just didn't pick the right one. It was so close. He would have been up by, 4.
That would have been a lot of pressure.
And that means Johnny Thunder would have had to get his 5, whether he got his 3 or not. So
that's right.
There it was. It all came down to one moment, and unfortunately, the Nerdrock, little bit short this time. But I feel next season we've got ourselves, potentially be number 1.
Yeah, we've certainly not seen the last of Nerdrock. He'll be back. He's a good player, and Johnny Thunder moves on, and you have to give him props for that, man. He makes it look so easy all the time that you feel almost like he's coasting, and he makes it look like he is because he maintains that demeanor, But as well as I do, there's a lot of pressure on that, and there's more pressure on him the more the legend grows,
Yes.
How did Mike Tyson deal with that? You know what I mean? So we'll see what Johnny Thunder does.
Tyson got hungry.
He got hungry, and he got busted.
And he got exactly right. Now, Mr. Thunder, we will see. So he's going to the finals. 2020 Player of the Year finals. Going to be facing either Microphone, number 2 player who's pretty darn awesome.
Yeah.
And wants a bite out of Thunder so
Big time.
bad.
Big time.
Of course, he has to get through his semifinal match first, and against the Hound Dog. And Lord knows I know, the Hound Dog is not a puppy to be reckoned with.
Hound Dog is a dark horse.
He is not like Barks. He actually has bite.
He has bite for sure. Yep.
And that will be our next match. And everybody watching, thank you so much for checking out the program. Hopefully you've been following around all year. If not, you can always go back and watch any match. It doesn't matter. They're all posted there for you. And right here in the Music Trivia League, your opinion is important to both the Bone Man and myself. So if you do have an opinion, you have anything you'd like to say, please write it in the comments. If you had some answers that these gentlemen did not get, well, congratulations. You are in the tops of this league and get in contact with one of us. And if you'd like to be on our television program, the option is yours. And of course, subscribe. It really helps us out. The more subscriptions that we get, the more we can do with the show. And the more we can do with the show, the more we grow. And the more we grow, the more we show.
That's right.
Right, Bone
Well
Man?
said, sir. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I've been working on that poem for a long time.
That's
And,
very good. I'm very impressed.
Not only a long time, but one heck of a rhyme.
I Can't top that.
Yeah, well, this is the way the cookie crumbled today. So congratulations from both the Bone Man and myself to Johnny Thunder, of course, for winning, and can't wait to see him in the finals, and I can't wait to see you guys next time in our next semifinal match.
Yep.
So until then, hasta luego.
Hasta la bye-bye.
Sayonara.
See ya.